Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a story time, American story time, Kenyan American-ish. Okay, I want to share some of the things that I went through when I was new as I do my makeup. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Starting with, this is a sunscreen that I'll use it as a primer. I missed my connecting flight, my last connecting flight. We used cheap flights. It's an app or a website to book my ticket and leave. I think they're agents. So sometimes it's best you book your ticket using the airline, a specific airline's website. Because my last connecting flight was through an airline called Cape Air. And when I arrived at Chicago, that's where I was stuck for a while because I was looking for this Cape Air. I didn't even know about it until now. Then, when I asked about it from the people who were working in the airport at that time, they said these people haven't been to work in like a week or so. So make sure you book using like an airline which is known. Don't use some airlines which you haven't even heard of or they are not popular. So I want to do my eyebrows. So I'm done with my eyebrows. So the other thing, when I first arrived after being picked up by my host family and my mom, I usually call her my mom, she's my mom. So I found they had prepared, let me tell you, the things when you're new in the US, the things or the first things you come into contact with, they will forever be memorable to you. I still have those memories and they are so dear to my heart. So they had prepared a room for me. They had, I think they were new bed sheets, bed covers, and then they had bought me a pajama set. They had bought me like deodorant. You see those two things, toothbrush, deodorant, slippers, those two things. And till today, I have that pajama set and I never want to lose it because it's so dear to my heart. And it was a very warm welcome. They had cooked for me. They were all of them, and God bless them. And what's the other thing? I stayed in the house for I think a week because you see, at that time now, after you have arrived and settled in, that's when now the American life starts to hit you because life continues, life has to continue. So they had to go to work like any other kawaida day. You see the welcome to America saying or how they say it to you when you meet someone and they say, oh, this is a new person, this is my new daughter, this is our new sister, our new, like that. Those terms, welcome to America, they stick ever in your head. Like people are so welcoming at first though. See what but most of them are like, welcome to America, welcome to America. Like you really feel you have reached to that now, America, and people are so welcoming and just but a warm welcome. So I really like, you feel so well. If you hear people say or people who are talking about having the best host, put me in there, count me in there. The first place I ever went was Walmart. My host mom took me to Walmart and I met a lady there. At that time, it used to be so big. It was too big for my eyes. I was like, wow, this is a whole warehouse. So we went to Walmart. That was the first place I went to. So my first job, I did a whole 12 hours straight. what a welcome to the American work schedules or whatever the name it is. 12 hours straight. Me, I had never worked that long in my life. I mean, in Kenya, you work like you get tired physically, but then it doesn't go like that far. It's always around 8 hours up we go. So I worked 12 hours straight without the knowledge of nothing, without the knowledge of anything I was supposed to do. So a whole 12-hour shift, it felt like a whole week in that job, that first day, because it was something so new to me. And some people, those people who we were in the same group in Kenya who came earlier, they were saying of how they have stayed for a whole month and they haven't found anything to work. And I'm here, I found something. So I'm like, hey, nataka pesa, nataka job. I'm so excited to start this job. And then I go straight 12 hours sitting next to a couple, or how do I say it? You see, like the way you can sleep, you and your partner, and then you have someone looking after you. So that's how it was. Now closing your eyes, just there straight hours. Even if I was sleepy, I was feeling like you don't know what to expect. You don't know these people well enough. Man, it was something. It was what a welcome to American work life. I would say like that. So I worked for a whole 12-hour shift as my first job. And yeah. And after that, I started even working 17 hours. And it became a normal schedule. Yeah, that's like welcome to American work life. That's how mine started. The whole 12 hours, the first time you're working. I'm not complaining though. I'm just saying it was something. The first time I went for a permit exam, I failed twice. And let me tell you, have you ever felt like you are a loser? That's how I used to feel when I used to fail these exams. But then my host family, they used to tell me, oh no, it's a normal thing. We all failed several times. Some will even go to tell you they failed like 4 times, like that. But it used to take like a lot out of me. It used to make me feel so bad. So I failed twice for my permit exam, and then I failed the driving test. But I ended up getting the second one. So I failed twice the first permit and got on the third one, and then I failed the driving test, ended up getting on the second one. Ooh. And then my first experience with an African American, aside from the one who complimented me, there was this lady in that DS stations or offices, and there are several tests you have to do for the vision, so that they can see if you see well, if your eyes have an issue or not. So you put, like, there's a machine, so you put your eyes like this, and then there are 2 letters. You see, like when you go for an eye test or something, and then daktari anakushow, you read some tiny numbers like that. But this one now you have to put your head like this in that machine. And I was new. I was so not like loud. I was still so scared. And I used to, at that moment, I was reading those numbers. I was like, my voice was low. So I said, if it's A, B, C, like that. My voice was low. I wasn't sounding like this, but you get what I'm saying. And African Americans and everyone, even other people here, they are so outspoken. And I wouldn't say loud. Like their voice is so much audible. And the room was full of people. This lady, she said, ma'am, I cannot hear you. Oh my goodness. And then the whole room, and she continued to say, like you see, the way you'd say, ma'am, I cannot hear you, but then in a very loud voice, that everyone in the room now has the attention of you and that lady because you're not audible enough. And then if I would say a letter and then she would go, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm pausing to explain something, and my experience, I'm grateful for it, for what I went through, and every time I remember it, I'm just always smiling, by the way. And I feel the need of explaining because some people might misunderstand me, especially Africans. This is a conversation which has arose so many times. So many Africans, they tend to say the things that they fear or dislike about African Americans, forgetting that some of these things, especially black on black violence, they are controlled by the media. So it's something to attack black people so that they can fight against themselves. And I do not tolerate these discussions, especially when Africans are so openly saying of how they dislike. I tend to remind people the reason as to why you are walking and working freely in this country, it's because of them. They worked for so many ages for you, me, and any other person who is black to be able to have that freedom in this country. Is love and respect. They are our brothers and sisters, and I just felt the need of explaining that because it keeps popping up now and then, even if not online, now and then, even when I'm talking to a few friends or co-workers. So yeah, if there was a moment I felt embarrassed, was that moment. So I even ended up like now reading the letter so loud, A, B, C, D, like that. I felt so embarrassed, and then I was new. Anyway, hi Zuru. First time I drove alone, and I was driving to go to work, and the whole of that week I had been told that, one of these you have to drive yourself to work, but I never thought that day would come so soon. So that day I was given the car and told, today you're going to work all by yourself because it's time now. It was a distance of 30 minutes. I left, I think, 1 hour 30 minutes before. I was so scared, I was shaking, but I arrived safely. No accident, no nothing. I arrived very well. And then this will have to be the last one, I think, for this one. Maybe we can continue, or yeah, you guys can say something, what else you want to hear. The other one was my host family used to make me try fast food every week. Every week we used to try something new. They used to order Qdoba this week, or maybe twice a week, and then Chipotle. Like, I really had a good and nice welcome to America experience, aside now from the lady who was shouting to me and making me embarrassed. So that's the end of the story time today. Tell me if you want to hear something else. I have so many stories I'd love to share with you. So I hope you loved this story time, and I'll see you in the next video.